We're getting ready to split this log, so I want to find the center. I'll give the two squares, cut the measurement in half, make sure it's nice and level, and see if that adds to finding the center all the way down the log. So we're at 17. 8.5 will be the center, sitting level. Well, the arched log now has a line running right down the center so that we can split it in half. That'll give us half the weight to lift up onto the scaffolds to get the arch up on top. But also, since the outside of the log will dry faster than the inside, by splitting it, we will then be able to kind of equal out a little bit, bring some air into the inside. There's more planned for that as to how we are going to balance it. Well, all the sawing has been done. The braces have been taken off the far end and cross piece off the close end. And we've got one supporting log to take out from underneath, and we'll see what we got. Okay, let's see if all the cuts will cause it to pop out now. Okay, that's it. It was already loose at the far end, and we got it done. So as explained just before we cut and split the log, this allows the inside to dry out at approximately the same rate, same speed as the outside. Kind of cutting down on some of the stress in the wood as one would dry faster than the other. Now they're both equal. So we've got a decent channel going down the center. Cross braced, hold its shape. And for over the weekend, we will place the top back on it with a bunch of ratchet straps. Just hold it together until Monday. Come back and do some more. This is Thursday night. So in 1 week, as it dries out, that's how much of a split has developed in it. One side, well, maybe both sides have moved equally, but together, that's been quite a bit. Okay, it's cross braced all the way down. And now we will cinch it back together and give it some drying time where, well, hopefully the grains fight each other and they kind of stabilize and we won't lose too much of the shape. Taking the high spots, knots, branch stems off of both logs so that we can get a nice tight fit. Okay, those two logs, trimmed them pretty tight. We still got some gap. And I'm coming up here to the top, and it's tight. So let's take half, maybe 3/4 of an inch out of the top and drop it down nice and equal. And there we go. We've tightened it up. Posts and the arch are in place. This was sad to say, a whole day's work yesterday, getting it squared up, lined up, everything just right, using the 3, 4, 5 triangle, in this case 6, 8, and 10, and then diagonally lining it up corner to corner, so it's all nice and square now. And pull the tape. "18 feet, 6.5". And I'm guessing it took maybe 7 or 8 tries to get it there. Pushing with the tractor on one side, winching on the other, lifting in some spots, lining it up with the level. Now with the ground being so hilly, to get any true measurement, you just have to go with level and perpendicular and ignore the ground. But it's square. Now the next stage is to put the supporting side posts on, and that we will tackle this afternoon. The bird's mouth for the post, notch on the secondary post that will roll over and drop into place. Okay, it's right in here. I gotta take more out. And a little in here. Okay, now just move this guy up. And we got her. Now we're ready to run the bolts right through. With a couple of nuts on the ends of these ready rods, threaded rod, and we'll be able to suck it up tight. This is just to set it in place now. It'll all come apart. We'll erect it, then have to bolt them all together again. But the holes will already be there. Hole saw. Make enough hole go down far enough that I can bury the washer and the nut. So there's that. My rods. I've put this on here to give me vertical in this direction and then vertical this way. Now I've already run that bit down, and then I switch over to this one. This guy won't go as deep, but as long as he makes it into that next one, we have a pilot hole all the way down. When I separate the logs, I'll be okay. This is keeping me vertical this way and this way. Well, before we put this arch up on top of the two posts, it's going to be a lot easier while we're still on the ground to carve the numbers for the street address into the archway. And to do that, well, I've just made up some simple little templates and now have to trace around the letters and then take the router and carve into that archway, and then we'll have it done.